The mansion was supposed to be quiet that morning, filled only with the soft sound of footsteps on polished floors and the gentle hum of luxury. But instead, the walls echoed with non-stop crying. 2 little girls, twins no older than 5, were in tears again. Their voices carried down every hallway like a siren of heartbreak. Doctors had visited. Therapists had been consulted. Even the most expensive nannies money could buy had tried their luck and quit within days. But no matter what anyone did, the crying never stopped. And the millionaire father, standing there in his crisp suit, felt more helpless than he had ever felt in his life. Until one morning, when the maid knelt down, whispered something simple to the twins, and everything changed. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment to support kindness action. Your support helps us share more real human kindness stories that inspire the world. Now, let's begin the story. The twins, Lily and Emma, had always been sweet children. But ever since their mother passed away unexpectedly the year before, the house had become a shadow of what it used to be. Their laughter disappeared. Their smiles faded. And their father, Daniel Hartman, a man known for building an empire, suddenly found himself powerless inside his own home. He tried everything he could. Toys. Trips. Therapists. But nothing brought them comfort. Some days, he would stand outside their bedroom door, his hand on the doorknob, listening to their sobs, wondering why money couldn't fix this, why love suddenly felt like something he didn't know how to give. One morning, after another sleepless night, Daniel came downstairs and discovered the maid, Clara, with the twins. Clara had joined the household only 2 weeks earlier, quietly going about her duties, speaking little unless spoken to. She had kind eyes and a soft way of moving through the world, as if she carried calmness inside her. That morning, as the crying began again, Clara didn't move away like the other staff. She didn't call for Daniel or suggest a doctor. Instead, she gently put down the basket she was carrying and knelt in front of the twins. She touched neither girl. She didn't offer toys. She didn't tell them to stop crying. She simply leaned close and whispered. Daniel stood behind the doorway, unseen, watching in confusion. And then, something unbelievable happened. The twins' little shoulders began to settle. Their sobs slowed. Within a minute, the crying stopped completely. The 2 girls leaned into Clara as if she was someone they trusted deeply. Daniel stared in shock. Was it magic? Did this woman possess some gift no one else did? After a few minutes, when the girls were peacefully coloring beside Clara, Daniel finally stepped inside. What did you say to them? He asked, his voice breaking a little. Clara looked up, surprised to see him. Just the truth, sir. He frowned. And what truth is that? Clara took a slow breath. Children don't cry because they're loud, or difficult, or spoiled. They cry because their hearts don't have the words. They just want to be heard. Daniel wasn't expecting that answer. He had spent a year trying everything except sitting down quietly and listening. How could something so simple be the answer? He sat across from Clara, watching the twins. They were drawing tiny pictures, pictures of a woman with dark hair and a warm smile. Their mother. Clara continued gently, every time they cry, they're calling for someone who won't walk through the door anymore. They miss the one person who always understood them. Daniel swallowed hard, trying not to break. I tried. I really tried, he whispered. But I don't know how to be enough. Clara shook her head softly. You don't need to replace their mother. You just need to be present. To let them know you're here. That you see them. That you feel what they feel. Daniel leaned back, his heart heavy but hopeful. How do I start? Clara gave a small smile. Start by sitting with them. Not as a father trying to fix something, but as a father who loves them. That evening, for the first time in months, he did exactly that. Daniel sat on the carpet, still in his suit, letting the girls show him their drawings. Lily drew a big sun. Emma drew flowers. Then, without saying a word, they both leaned against him, not needing anything more than his presence. Tears filled Daniel's eyes. He hadn't realized how long they had been waiting for him to simply sit down. Over the next few weeks, Clara continued whispering to the twins whenever they cried. But as time passed, they needed her less and Daniel more. She would guide him quietly, sometimes reminding him to slow down, sometimes encouraging him to listen instead of speak. And slowly, the house changed. The crying stopped. Laughter returned. And the silence that once felt painful began to feel peaceful again. One afternoon, as Daniel watched his daughters play in the garden, he approached Clara. "You didn't just help my daughters," he said. "You saved our family." Clara shook her head humbly. "No, sir. Your love saved them. I only reminded you of what was already there." Daniel felt a warmth spread through his chest. He had spent years chasing success, believing achievements were what defined him. But in the end, the greatest victory of his life came from kindness, something money could never buy. The twins ran over, each grabbing one of Clara's hands. "Come play with us," they begged, their faces glowing. And for the first time in a long time, the world felt whole. In the end, Daniel learned that kindness isn't always loud or grand. Sometimes it's a whisper. Sometimes it's a moment of patience. Sometimes it's a person who enters your life quietly and changes everything with a single act of understanding. And the twins. They grew up knowing that even in their hardest moments, kindness could reach them, because someone once listened to the cries no one else understood. May we all remember. One gentle whisper of kindness can heal what the world believes is impossible.